Rolling Stock Solutions, the first leasing company of its kind in the United States, is rebuilding its first new locomotive.
It's important to us to make people understand that this is not a standard overhaul, but a complete remanufacture. So in essence, what we're making is a like-new locomotive with a 20-year life cycle instead of a standard mid-life overhaul.
We're offering a more reliable locomotive. And what that means to you is that we're going to have reduced downtime because it's not in for repair as often as it is. You've got the increased maintenance, which means it's going to be more available for service so that you can meet your service delivery requirements, making sure you have enough locomotives to run your set requirements for your operation.
Is Rolling Stock Solutions can help the commuter rail industry meet a demand for power. And that demand is being driven by the fact that the average locomotive is 26 years old. It takes 10 years to get a new one, and they're very expensive to maintain. We solve a problem for government agencies, and we solve problems for their customers. We're going to give them a cleaner, quieter, greener locomotive at a greatly reduced cost on a schedule that they can use and at a fair price. And if you have worked in government like I have, that's a solution where everybody wins.
I'm currently at Metro East Industries in East St. Louis, Illinois, and we are currently remanufacturing our RSS locomotives. So this morning we have a couple locomotives at different stages. We have our third locomotive currently having its brand new crashworthy cab fitted on, and further down the line we have our fourth locomotive having its old cab stripped off and removed. We strip our locomotives down to the bare frame, and then after doing so, start working on corrosion repairs. By stripping to the bare frame, our workers can see areas that usually would be covered and do a thorough repair, making sure everything's up to the latest FRA safety standards. It's important to us to make people understand that this is not a standard overhaul, but a complete remanufacture. So in essence, what we're making is a like-new locomotive with a 20-year life cycle instead of a standard mid-haul overhaul.
This is a completely different process from a remanufacturing standpoint. We're taking this F40 locomotive down to the frame and building it back up again, giving you a nearly new locomotive. You're going to see a brand new electrical cabinet with all new components in it. The rebuilt accessory racks leading you down to the HEP and the HEP control cabinet, which is an all new installation with brand new wiring, giving you a modern interface and the capability to interface with the key systems that you don't necessarily have on a traditional locomotive. We're offering a more reliable locomotive. And what that means to you is that we're going to have reduced downtime because it's not in for repair as often as it is, which means it's going to be more available for service so that you can meet your service delivery requirements, making sure you have enough locomotives to run your set requirements for your operation. So the key part of the locomotive propulsion is the generator, which is an AR-10, and the main engine, which is a standard 645 engine. We can now see the ancillary systems going in and the locomotive starting to take shape. So coupled with having a standard platform that the industry is used to, we've also installed microprocessor controls, an electronic governor, and an electronic air brake. What that enables us is to push the maintenance intervals from a standard 92 days to 184 days, which gives benefits to transit agencies, saving both labor and materials for standard maintenance. Not only are we looking at reduced maintenance costs, it also gives you improved availability because there's less downtime of the locomotive, meaning that you can optimize your locomotive fleet to ensure that you enhance service delivery. So today we were able to see the generator being craned in and installed and set into place. Was a key moment because without that we don't have power for the traction motors to move the locomotive. It's an AR-10 generator with a standard generator. It's known across the industry. So the combination of the main engine, which is a 645 Tier 0 Plus, and the AR-10 generator. And it will provide a fundamental platform that transit agencies know are able to maintain without any additional costs being put on them from a maintenance perspective. One of the things that we've done here that's never been done before is the integration with existing components and technology and enhancing that and bringing it up to the next level, where it's an equivalent of what you're going to get when you buy a modern new locomotive. I'm here at CAD-Rail Industries, where our locomotive is going through the remanufacturing process, and we were able to see the head end power being installed, which was quite exciting. So the introduction of the Tier 4 HEP into this platform is groundbreaking. It's never been done before. And what that will do is it will introduce an improved environmental profile. While improving emissions is important, it's also important to recognize that a Tier 4 HEP will give you reduced noise output from the locomotive. That'll lead to less customer complaints when you're idling at a station or a siding. This is a major milestone because with the installation of the main engine and the head end power, it's beginning to look like a locomotive, and we can see it entering its service and meet the deadlines that we set.